Welcome to Bullets Nation, the podcast by Bullets fans for Bullets fans. I'm your host, Tracy Malone, a Bullets member since we came back into the league 10 years ago. In sporting teams, players change, coaches change, staff move on. We don't, Bullets fans, we're the constant. We've been here since the early days and we'll still be here when the next banner goes up. This is our space to talk about our team at length. No 30-second hot takes, we're here for real hoops chat. We love this club. We argue, we cheer, we ride every run, we carry every loss. So settle in and suit up. If you're Bullets family, you're home here. This is Bullets Nation. As always, let's tip off by welcoming my co-hosts, Scott Husband and Cameron Porluck.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Cam.
Hello. Always good to be here.
First of all, I want to do a really quick shout out to Sandy Brongello. She was let go of her role as head coach of the New York Liberty this week. We love you, Sandy, and I know you are going to be totally okay. Not sure about New York, though. So, Cam, what do you got for us today?
First, I just want to start off with a big congratulations to the Brisbane Lions. I know this is a basketball podcast, but we bleed Bullets and Lions in my house. Congratulations to them on their back-to-back premiership win yesterday. Just amazing work. So hard to do and go back-to-back in this day and age.
Great job,
In any
Lions.
league, in any sport.
Yeah.
While we're at it, well done to the Brisbane Broncos for beating the Penrith Panthers in the grand final qualifier today, 16-14. So they're in the grand final against the Melbourne Storm next Sunday.
Well, there's only one team to go then, isn't there?
That there is.
That's amazing. So, Cam, you started something new on our socials this week. Tell us about that.
I did. So I started Trivia Thursday. Just thought we'd have a little bit of fun on the socials. So this week's question was, which Brisbane Bullets player had the nickname Ace? So the answer was Emery Atkinson. So he played for the Bullets back in 1987, which was our championship team. Only played the one season for them and went to Canberra Cannons and played a few seasons there. Was known for his explosive dunks and just an all-round nice guy. He was definitely one of my favourites growing up. I've got a photo that I'll share on the socials this week. I'm going to start another little thing called Throwback Tuesdays, posting pictures and memories of Bullets on Tuesday. So if anyone's got any that they want to share, keep an eye out for that on the socials. And shout out to our winners. So I went and picked one from each of the three groups that we shared to. I'm going to change it up this week and make it that they have to actually reply to our post on our page to win. But our three winners this week, Neil Hamilton-Smith, who, for those who don't remember, was the Bullets courtside announcer back through the 80s and 90s. Absolute legend. Chris Grimsey and Lisa Jane Luck. So well done for the three of you for getting the correct answer.
Well done.
And keep tuned for this Thursday for our next question. Should hopefully be a little bit easier.
Yeah. And so just look up Bullets Nation podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Maybe you guys will start an X one too. I'm not on X. Well, I have an account, but I don't go there.
Yeah.
So look us up and follow us there. We're building a community here and I love what's going on over there. Okay, so let's go to the first game of this round where we went up to Cairns on Friday. I did say in the last podcast, I'm concerned they just took a whooping and now we're going to go up there and play them for their first home game. So it was always going to be an uphill battle. How did you see that game, Scott?
Well, yeah, you were just right on the money, Tracy. Adam Ford's obviously given them raving, and it's what the Taipans needed. But there were a number of things that played a part in the result. The Bullets lost the rebound count, the perimeter shooting. I don't think it could be any worse. And a few free throws, a couple more made ones.
Yeah, but we were 10.53% from the 3-point line.
Yeah,
it was abysmal.
Yeah, horrible.
I think, Cam, you were saying before that, no way that will be that bad again. Sure.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
So, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I just mentioned the free throws.
Too soon.
Yeah, I just mentioned the free throws because 1 point was the margin in the end.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a terrible free throw percentage, but it was not great either.
Yeah.
and a couple more made ones things could have been different.
Yeah.
But full credit to the Taipans and especially 40, but also Jack McVeigh, like his shooting, his step back, his fadeaway. He says himself it's unguardable. Like when it misses, he looks like anyone else, but when he makes it, it's like, how do you stop that? It's just stating facts, really.
Absolutely. On that point, I was really intrigued, shall we say? What word shall I use? Like amazed, horrified. We were going under screens on McVeigh. Like,
Yeah.
what?
You can't do it.
In what scout and in what world are we going under when
Yeah.
McVeigh's got the ball? So that was, we let him get into the game. We let him have whatever game he wanted to have. And that started it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe that was something that was missed in the scout, Tracy.
I don't believe Vandy would miss that.
No.
There's nothing that tells me that was in Vandy's scout. Just go onto the screen on McVeigh.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think they had Smack on him, and at the start of the game, I think Smack was doing a good job on him for those 3.5 minutes that he was on the court for. And so I think Smack would have been on him for the whole game, and I think would have probably limited him even more. I think he would have known how to defend that better. But with him going down the way he did, and them having to throw someone else at him that clearly wasn't prepared to, or wasn't paying attention to the scout as well as what they should have been. And just let him get away sort of late in that first quarter, and then he just went on from there.
Yeah. The new import for the Taipans, Andrew Andrews, he's looking quite solid, like he could fit right in this league.
Yeah.
Straight off the plane.
Yeah. Few cramp
No
issues.
sleep.
Yeah, other than that cramps, like most of those guys, it's just, when do we play?
Yeah. And we'll just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't want to talk about, but we need to talk about, guys, is injuries. Nordo in the first game, then Smack on Friday night, who's going to get assessed, and then JFL. Can we not have nice things? Are we? So discuss.
Yeah, I'm like Smack and JFL's injuries are just, they're ones that you can't plan for. Like Smack was basically McVeigh rolling over on top of him onto his leg as he was trying to run away, chase after the ball, which I still think was a foul and should have been called. They've called that kind of thing previously, time and time again.
If I was to be really cynical, would you call it home cooking?
No, I think they let a lot go that game.
They just
Could have
missed it.
been, except when McVeigh got taken out when there was that jump ball and Adams came in and basically shouldered him in the head.
Yeah.
I don't think we can call it favouritism after I saw that.
No,
I was
not
like,
that.
okay, they're just
not that one.
No,
doing anything.
Yeah, so that
there's
that
other instances where that's probably more applicable.
Yeah, so that's just an unfortunate one. And then JFL right towards the end of that game, once again, just really pushing really hard to go at that bucket, and just that little bit of
and he should be cut quite a bit of slack. Like he would clearly see that as his job. Like his job, if someone asked him, is to get a bucket, and he was trying to do that.
So that those two injuries, they're the ones that you can't really plan for. The Nordo
and
one,
their luck. Their luck more than anything.
Yeah.
They're wrong place, wrong time, wrong. Like it's just those moments in time. There's nothing anyone can do about them. That slip at the end, like JFL's, was really interesting. I mean, it should have been a foul. Let's just say it should have been a foul. But the rolled ankle came before that. Definitely came before that, and he rolled his ankle, which put him in a weird spot. And McVeigh literally could come in and take him out for apparently great defense, says the NBL. What is going on? Yeah, but it was that roll there. So that was interesting to me. I'm like, so was that a slip? Was that like, why is his ankle like that? And is it just they're all going too hard at the start of the season because the amount of cramping we've seen across the league, not in our team as such?
Yeah.
There's so much we're seeing at the start, and their bodies maybe just aren't ready to go this hard this soon, which I find interesting. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, because JFL's ankle is one. It was bad luck, bad timing, all of the things. It was the right move. It was a great move. Had he not rolled his ankle, there's every possibility he might have made that shot or would have
Yeah.
made that shot. That one's baffling to me. I would
Yeah.
like to sit
Yeah.
with the strength and conditioning people and the physios and just go, what do you see here? What do you think's happening there? Because it wasn't external. It didn't seem like a force around him, did it? It seemed like, I don't know if it was slipping or what it was.
Yeah, I think it looks like there's been a few of these, and as you said, with the cramping going on quite a bit across the league so far. And I think even Gazy commented on today in the Sydney Cairns games where there was a bit more of that going on, that it looks like they're just going really hard very early on in the season, and the bodies maybe aren't quite ready for it this early.
And do you know
So
why? Do you know why everyone's going so hard? Because of that MU JackJumpers game one. It was like a grand final game 5. I'm like,
it
what are
was
you
that kind of
doing?
standard.
Yeah,
Don't set the like they like we're setting the standard from here. We're going game 5, grand final all over again. And they went so hard. So I think every other team went,
It was
oh, so
playoff.
we're not easing in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
no issue with the surface in that venue in Cairns.
it might have been a little humid up there being this time of year, so
Have
maybe
you ever
there
been have you
was.
ever been to Cairns? So I used to live
Oh
in
yeah, yeah,
Townsville.
Well,
And
I
I used to
yeah,
when I was like 21, and you can't not sweat.
yeah,
Like in just the regular league, we had to have towel people on the floor because you're sweating, like it
yeah,
drips off you like there's no tomorrow.
yeah. So that could have been
Yeah.
a contributing factor to that. There might have just been just that little bit of moisture on the floor late in that game, everyone playing so hard and going at it. And yeah, that could have contributed to that slip. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
just a bit of luck, bit of conditions, and yeah, unfortunately, he's now
He's hoping we
hopefully.
just never talk about this for the rest of the season. Like we don't have to go, was it the floor that injured our players? Was it the
Yeah.
player that injured? Who injured our players? Like I'm so tired of talking about it.
Terrelgan.
I really am.
But yes. So yeah, I thought we came out with no energy again defensively. It just I don't know, there was no communication going on early on. I think once again I had a bit of a yell at the TV. Tyrell in particular, and it was just after Smack went off and he left someone, one of his teammates in the lurch, no help, and there was no communication, and I'm yelling at them already 3.5, 4 minutes in. So yeah, bit low on that communication, and is that something that they'll get better at as the season goes on? I hope so. So yeah, hopefully they're still taking their learnings from that. And where was the full court press against Cairns? We saw last week what that did to Cairns. Don't you look at what other teams have been doing to your opposition and try and maybe throw that into there somewhere? Because when we did it late in the fourth quarter, it was actually working really well. That's what got us back into the game. So yeah, I don't know why they kind of didn't go there to start. Yeah, and just offensively, we looked stagnant at times, not a lot of moving, and didn't go inside as much as what I thought we would, knowing that they're down a big, go through Tyrell as much as you can early on. And even if you're not throwing it into Ty, driving it into the lane to then hopefully maybe dish off to him or get to the foul line early. So yeah, I think we need a bit more from our bench. So Dukas and Murray, I thought they were a bit down as well. Everyone shot poorly, but I thought defensively both of them were a bit out of step as well. I think that the only positive I can take from that game is that if we can shoot that poorly and not defend all that well and still be within 1 point at the end there with a chance to win it, I think that's a little positive. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit of a positive that I'll take.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
games, it didn't feel that close when we were watching it. It
no,
felt like we were getting belted. But you look at the score, and it's like, oh, we're still there. Oh,
yeah,
look, we're still there. Oh, look, we're still in it. And so that is actually a positive. I agree with that. Yeah, I think our defense leaves a lot to be desired. Our defense was terrible in this game, almost non-existent whatsoever in the first half. There was just nobody there where the player would get beaten and they would just have an easy layup. It was horrible to watch. Ty has had no help under the ring. When he steps up to defend, there's just this gaping hole. No one was there to fill the gaps, no active hands. And just no one dominated. As soon as Smack went off, it's like nobody knew what to do. All of a sudden, he was the only defender on the team. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? It lacked intensity and grit, especially fighting through screens. It was just like, oh, there's a screen. Oh, well, maybe I'll go on. Like, it just didn't, it felt like there were just massive blocks in the game in our defense, and it was not up to standard in any way, in my opinion. And like you said, Cam, why on earth were we not? We did that full court press and it was amazing. And we did all this great stuff. And we just thought, oh, we'll just do that in the last 3 minutes of the game. Let's not worry about it for the rest of the game. And that tells us that they can play defense.
Yeah.
They can do it. They're just choosing not to for the rest of the game. Like, what's going on here? There's massive gaps that I really think need to be
It's just like they're not
tidied
getting
up.
the memo.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we've got plenty of time. Oh, I'll get it next. I don't know what's going on in their heads. Maybe they think it's good, but I tell you what, if they're watching that film back, it's like, oh, like he really beat me, didn't he? Like I got severely beaten there. Gaping hole again. I said it last time. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it till it's not there. Gaping hole on both ends of the floor when Tyrell is off the floor. Still concerns me. Will continue to concern me until something changes. And can you imagine after I watched that Illawarra game, how we're going to play against McGee? Like we are going to get absolutely tortured if we're not going to do great help defense.
Harrell's not allowed to come off. That's the
Ever.
answer. No, at least while Javel's on.
I've been saying that since I'm up for it. He's playing at 30 minutes. I'm like, let's get it to 35. Like, come on. Let's get
How many minutes did Javel play last night? I haven't looked at the box score
I
for
haven't
that
looked
game.
either.
I have. I think it was up around it might have been just under 30.
Yeah, I looked at his Puerto Rico stats, and in Puerto Rico, he was playing about 27 minutes, and Tyrell was averaging 30 minutes a game over there. But I did love, what I did love is I loved seeing, I know it's a bit of I'm a bit of a Harrison fan club and have been since he first came in as a kid. I love seeing what he's added to his offensive bag. There's that little fadeaway. I think he started the game with a fadeaway, second or third shot, and I was like,
There
oh,
was
I haven't
a
seen that before. That's
baseline
very
mid-range
excited.
jumper. I
Yeah.
quite like that one.
Yeah, his shooting percentage is to be admired. Like he's not shot below 70%. Yes, we've only had 3 games, but oh my God, he's up there. And he's just showing maturity and patience. I'll get to how I thought the next game is next, but in this game, he showed maturity and patience. Offensively, we had 2 shot clock violations.
Yeah, not good.
WTF. What? What is going on? Like one, you're like, all
Rhetorical
right, you
question.
lost
Is
your
that
head.
bad?
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think for this one, what I will give them, which is also unacceptable because you're professionals, when Smack was gone, like Smack was on fire and he set the tone and he was like the foundation of the team and he was holding everything together. He hit a 3, he did great things, he defended well, and then 3 minutes in, he was done. And I don't think anyone filled the gaping hole that he left. I think he left a really big hole and nobody stepped into it. I do love our imports. So I love that Adams is like not feeling confident tonight, not hitting my shots. And so the other imports really stepped up and in, and pray that as always, he's just going to be every week Mr. Efficient. He gets the thing done. I was really surprised. There were a few things that happened in sequence that there was no timeout called when Cairns went on their offensive run. I'm like, now, timeout now. Can you now? Like, somebody stop this run, please. And it just wasn't called. I'm like, are the coaches even asleep? Like, what's actually going on here? And a big nope to Stu Lash for whatever he said to Schofield on the sideline, because that took the run and went on. So I'm a big supporter of Coach Lash. Yeah.
In the presser, he did sort of respond to it, that it wasn't actually something he said, it was something someone else said. And he was like to Schofield, well, I don't know what he said. It wasn't really much. It was much ado about nothing from judging if we're to believe what was said in the presser.
Yeah.
So we'll take that note off Stu Lash and put it on whoever said it to
Yes. Yeah.
whoever that was.
It's a rule of mine. Both bench players and fans never get under the skin of good imports because they will burn you. I have seen it happen way too many times.
Yeah, and it's just to have it as a rule. Let's get that rule out there because that started the run and then the run was going and everyone's just watching the run. And I'm like, I was yelling from home. I was like, call a timeout. Like somebody stop the game.
Yeah.
But the feeling for me, the overall feeling for me in this game was that Cairns played their game and the Bullets let them. And what I really want to see from the Bullets is I want to see more disruption and I want to see the Bullets trying to control the game more. I feel like the Bullets have just been playing catch up and filling a gap here and doing what they can there, but I don't feel like they've ever owned the game yet. Even with our first win, I still don't feel like they owned the game. I don't understand their identity. I don't know who they are as a team, and I don't know what they're coming in and going to stamp on the league. And I want that from them. I want to know who they are, and I want to see it consistently every game. And I want our bench to step up. They have to. We need them. No more excuses. No more ifs, buts, or anything. It has to happen. All right. So that's our thoughts on that game. And we were close. Doesn't go as a W, doesn't help us at all. There's no Bullets fans other than us diehards who are very positive saying we were close. So next time maybe we'll get them. But there's a lot out there who are really disillusioned by these losses. All right. We're recording this on Sunday night. So today's game versus Adelaide. So who are the changes in this one, Scott?
So
Let's
JFL
go through our
was
injury list.
ruled out, and Smack was confirmed out, and Nordo as well. And Tristan Devers is a DP, so they just say he comes into the lineup. He's always there, but it's just whether he actually takes off his training shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar Patterson came in for JFL.
Yeah.
So he's the replacement.
Yeah. And so my concern for this game was kind of this, like Cairns, I was saying before, we just get this weird way the cards fall in the league that we get Cairns' first game at home after they get blaxed by Melbourne. I was like, it's going to be a really hard game. And this one, I'm like, Phoenix. But yeah. And we then get Adelaide on Bryce's first ever home game. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. And Bryce was always going to stamp his intention on this game. What I've just asked for the Bullets to do, it's like Bryce was always going to come in and do this no matter what. And he needed to set the tone. He needed to remind the league why he's the reigning MVP. He needed to show Adelaide why he's worth all the money and their excitement is worth it and all of the things. So it was always going to be a tough game going into this. The lack of point guards is hurting us. Jalen Adams is a great point guard, but when you've only got one and the other team know it, it's pretty easy to defend. You just go hard on the one that's there and tie him out, and then who they're going to put in then? What are they going to do then?
I mean, you get stuff like Casey Prather doing ball handling, bringing the ball up in transition, that's just somebody needs to do this type thing.
Yeah.
Tristan Davis.
But not a floor general though.
Yeah. And when everyone's healthy, Nordo is the backup. But
that's right.
Obviously, that's not the case, right?
Yeah. And even Smack. So our three floor generals, two of them are out, which is
and JFL, because he can play the point as well if needed.
Yeah.
In spot minutes, Cam. Like he's
That's what he was doing in the G League predominantly, was actually point guard, so he can play it quite well. So Nordo out, JFL out, Smack out. There's our three other ball handlers.
It's going to be hard. Hard. And even the replacement that they put in. Duffelmeyer, thank you. I was going to stuff that one right up. He's young and it's not to say he's not a great player, but he doesn't have a lot of NBL experience to go out there and take a team and marshal it. That was always going to be tricky. This game early, the big man, my favourite Tyrell, showed sloppy hands early. I was like, dude, what are we doing? Did we not learn that big men do not need to dribble the ball unless you're DeVar McGee and you've got that spin move? But he was showing that early, and he's so much better when he's not taking a dribble. He's so much better when he just faces up or brings his man in. So he did tidy that up during the game, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
That's
hard to watch.
I always get a little bit angry and frustrated with him when he starts dribbling that ball way too much, and you're like, stop dribbling, make your
Because
move.
it's never one-on-one with him.
No,
their defense on him is excellent. Everyone collapses on him.
They collapse on him, and there's always hands in the moment he starts dribbling that ball.
Yeah.
So,
and they know
yes.
his weak point, so just don't give it to them. They can't reach it up tall, except for
If he just does one or two in a post move, that's fine. If he's like coming from outside the paint to into the paint,
but even on the inside, it depends. If he's on a post, if he's on one of the posts and he's facing the sideline and he does a dribble to get his move in, absolutely. But what he's been doing is from the middle of the key, getting a rebound and then putting the ball on the floor to do a move. I'm like, dude, no. And he got it just stripped and stripped, and that's where it's like, turn around, shoot the ball.
I think, my thing is, in that instance, when he grabs the ball, instead of trying to dribble, straight back up, put it back in.
Back up or out. No need for a dribble.
Yeah.
Once you're in the key, just pick the ball up. As soon as you get in that paint, just pick the ball up. You're good enough to do that.
If we're talking about turnovers, my beef is some of these passes that just get picked off because I don't know if it's like bench players or the less experienced guys are throwing passes that just go into the hands of the defenders.
Some lazy passing.
Yep. They're not threading the needle. It's like I could have seen.
Is it laziness or just lack of sharpness in paying attention to where your teammates are, where it needs to go?
Bit of both. I think I saw some lazy passing tonight. There was definitely some lazy, and then just some that maybe was experienced. They not quite in the right. Putting it.
I would have said
spot.
panic passing. I would have said panic more than lazy. They're like, don't know what to do. I'll just try to get it in there and see what happens.
I take your point about panic passing, Tracy, but some of it's like they're looking for the passing lane when it's too narrow. They think the passing lane's there, but that.
But and I guess that's what I think we're saying the same thing. That's what I mean by panic. Just young ones they're not showing that maturity and patience. Just going, is it there?
I agree
seeing
that
a clean line.
It's a lack of patience. Their eyes light up because they see their guys like inside. I think, I can get someone. Inside, but
and it really goes to show as well how good the experienced players are. Like, to get a diamond to a big man, it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't, and it does take a lot of skill.
It's not as easy as it looks.
So hopefully they'll grow that on top. It is definitely not as easy as it looks. Even
like
the
some of the
passes
to Harrison, like some of them, like he's up here like this.
Yeah, but you still have to go over to get it to him.
Yeah, but you're going over the top of defenders and stuff, and it doesn't always come off. Sometimes it does, but it requires judgment.
But Prather, our forward, Mr. Consistent, once again in this game. All I could think was thank the stars he and his wife love Brisbane so much.
Very much.
We're very lucky. So glad they got here. And Ariana said, I like this, darling. You're going to have to play well because I want to stay. And then she got a job, and then we're all good.
I think.
And that's what he will always do. He'll just rack it up, no frills. Jalen Adams, I want him to take more shots. I want him shooting. I want him being aggressive. I just keep seeing him hesitate this season. When those shots didn't go in on that first game, he seems to just be in hesitant mode. And I wanted to speak directly to him and say, have you forgotten who you are? I feel like you've forgotten who you are, and you need to come and stamp yourself back on this league. We look at how good Bryce Cotton is now and the age that he is. You're not too old. You're certainly not any less of a player than you were in 2022 when you won the championship and you won the MVP. And you just need to remember who you are and come back to that, because it's all there and it's all in you. And I want more from him. I want him to take this team and just go with it and not forget who he is. And I actually do not care if he takes a whole bunch of shots and shoots at 30% for a few games, but I want him getting the reps up, because eventually it will fall for him, but it will not if he continually hesitates.
I agree about the reps. Needs more reps.
He's, I don't know, especially from tonight's game, he's just looked tentative from outside every game. I don't know whether there's a bit of confidence, whether he's down a bit in that confidence. He shot that wide open 3 tonight, which hit nothing but air.
Adelaide air.
I know, and he looked really down on himself after that shot as well. Like, it looked like he was
Someone
too
needs to
deep,
put their arm around him.
yeah, too inside his own head.
Yeah, it's very mental.
Yeah.
Backed up.
So I think what he needs to do, and he looked dangerous when he did do it tonight, was when he was attacking that rim, getting 2 feet in
Yeah,
paint.
and his instinct is to, like, he goes into the paint.
Yeah.
Do you think he should just persist with that?
Yeah, for now, because he'll either get to the bucket, make the bucket, or he'll open up to Tyrell or one of the others, or he'll cop a foul and go to the free throw line and earn points that way, which that builds that confidence back up to that point where you're then able to go, okay, I'm making those shots from there. I can now take it back out and maybe.
I mean, it's a while ago now, but the New Zealand game where he would get inside and he'd find someone. He was able to dish off, and he did that a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also got a beautiful floater too. This is why Jalen Adams is here, is to give all of those options when he's got the ball.
He did try that a couple of times today, but they didn't quite come off. So maybe
but he
Tracy,
didn't take a bad shot.
So you're saying that they're still good looks and
great looks. If you open, shoot it. If you open, shoot it. If you've done a great drive, shoot it. Like, I trust that it will fall eventually because it's in his muscle memory. Something has got in his head between him and the fact that it will go in. If you just keep shooting it, that thing will move out of the way. Get him in with that sports psychologist and just go, you've got this. There is nothing wrong with him. He is and he still is the player that he was in 2022, but he's told himself a story that just isn't true.
Yeah.
So I want him to just take more shots.
Yeah, it was something I saw a couple seasons ago with one of our imports, not Shannon Scott, but the other one that was there at the same time.
Chris Smith.
Chris Smith had one of the best looking shots I've ever seen. And you could see, I used to get to those games early and watch him warm up, and he was off even in warm ups, and you could see him in his own head. And I'm seeing the same things with Jalen at the moment. Even just on court during those games, I can't wait for next week to get to a game early and watch them warm up and watch them and see if I can see that same, because at the moment that's what I'm seeing is he's in his own head. And it's just
absolutely.
It's hurting
and
him.
It's just not true. So I've got nothing bad to say about him. I just want him to remember who he is and take more shots. Because he's doing the work to get in, and then at the last minute he goes, I can't shoot. And so he's getting all these turnovers because then he's looking to dish. I'm like, dude, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
It'll go in eventually. Yeah. And a quick one on the refs. God, I hope we never have to talk about the refs again, but we will. We will. Because I've got things to say. But today, all I want to say is we went from a game in Cairns where barely anything was called, and it was more like a rugby match than a basketball game. And then we go to Adelaide and every soft foul is called. Now, I don't mind. Well, I do mind. I don't want it to be like Cairns. I would actually rather it just, if you see a foul, call it. I don't want, was it a foul? Maybe we'll let it go and it gets a bit rough. Be consistent, refs. That's all I'm going to ask. That's all I'm going to ask. It must be so hard for the players to go up there, get pummeled, fly down here, and then all of a sudden it's like whistle. It's like, oh, right, now we need to adjust everything. So, must be difficult for them to adjust to that, but adjust they must. Our white shirts team, when Harrison,
the second unit.
White shirt, second unit with Harrison on, something just clicked and I really liked it. I was like, hold on, what's going on here? This is amazing. There was a real chemistry and a real flow to them. So I thought they did a really good job. Yeah.
Today.
What did you see when white shirts came on in today's game? Against Adelaide.
Yeah, so there was Torhi and
I thought them playing Tyrell and Big Smith at the same time once again looked really good. I quite enjoyed.
I loved it.
Yeah, having them on, it definitely gave us a different look, and we were able to stretch that floor a little bit more.
It's just a shame Torhi is not nailing that three.
Yes, yeah.
In today's game. He got a couple last game.
That's
so
true.
It's just he's a bit on and off and he's not 100% reliable, but even if he can just hit one or two.
And the whole
They
team,
won a game.
the whole team's shooting pretty poorly from
Yeah.
3
On the
point.
subject of bench players, Jack Purchase, some people are saying, well, he can shoot the three. Why doesn't he get more minutes? I don't know what you guys think, but hopefully it's just a matter of time before he not only is getting more minutes, but, is able to like get the ball and take shots.
Yeah, I think he's a bit far down the bench.
Yeah.
And I think there's
Yeah,
one
that's
thing
part of
about
the
being
issue.
able to shoot really well in NBL 1 and being able to shoot really well in the NBL. It doesn't
Yeah,
it's
it's a bit of a
not that
jump.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Isaac White was the same in NBL 1, shot the ball brilliantly and continues to do so in NBL 1 North or in NBL 1. But
Yeah, in the West, yeah.
comes into the NBL and not quite there in making those same shots.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a vast difference.
Yep, I just think it's a bit much, yeah. But I think our defense was actually better this game. I think we did up the tempo a bit, which was much better. We had better coverages and better help and just a little bit more cohesion in this one. Adelaide has so many weapons. So I really loved that they had a plan and they seemed to be executing it, which was great. That we were doing so well. I felt like we were getting beaten by a lot, but we were right there the whole time. But the third quarter, it felt like we came out asleep. It was like we didn't quite go.
Yeah.
It's the championship quarter. It's where you have to hit the hardest, and it just
Yeah,
didn't happen.
championship,
Yeah.
that third quarter.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's so important. And
We gave up
but
29 points in that third quarter today.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, it says it all. And you could tell I was like, I don't quite know what's going on here, but I'm ready to turn the TV off. But what was really lovely when they made their run again was Smith, Milner, and Harrison. And Smith, Milner really just defensively just helping out. There's a big body. It's like you've got your defender and now you've got me. And he would
Yeah.
front up and have a huge presence. He doesn't defend like down with his hands on the ground. He makes himself big and gets up there. So I really loved seeing that. When Lamar Patterson got some minutes, I loved seeing how him and Tyrell played together. I thought they did a really lovely job in there together.
Just on Lamar, a lot of
yeah.
people say, oh, we haven't got a point guard, no ball handlers, whatever. Lamar is kind of he's an interesting, different type of player in the sense, like, because when he was regular a few years back, he was kind of like people use the term point forward. So he's a ball handler, he's capable, but size-wise, yeah, he's a 3-4 or something, but or a 3. But yeah, so I mean, people don't really think about him when he's like today, he came off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I would love to see in this rotation, in this next game, him stepping up into that point then, because I think we need a real backup.
That's assuming
for Jalen.
Javon's, not back.
Not back. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Who knows what's going to happen there. So a positive that I saw was the young ones did step up. Same podcast, last game, we said we need a bench to step up. We need these young kids, these young men who would kill for minutes like this to get the minutes. And what I love is we've asked more for them. They're answering now and they're getting more. And so for me, this has to be a good thing moving forward, because if all of our players were here and these 3 guys weren't injured, they wouldn't be getting the minutes. And so when we need the legs later on in the season, they just don't have that match experience. So this is the one shining light that I'm seeing out of all these injuries, is that these young men and the ones further down the bench are actually getting real game experience, which can only be a good thing and build confidence.
Yeah.
It looked Cotton, he looked quite irritated with the attention he was getting at times.
Yeah. Well,
like,
we say there's no big defenders, but Stu Lash was saying Duke is a crack defender, he said to me in the membership thing.
I thought Dukas did quite well defensively today. Like he wasn't.
Seems better for the run.
Yeah, and that's it's a good point that you made, that they're getting that run now, where that can only help us down the track as the season goes. The more runs they can get now when we need them, because we're down on players. So come the end of season where we might be a bit tired, can't play our starters quite as many minutes, they can come in and they've had those runs on the board already, that they've got that confidence to come in and do what they need to do.
Particularly for Murray, it seemed like probably that's a baptism of fire. And
Just
buddy, you've got Bryce today.
Best
Yeah.
kind.
yeah.
Well, Dukas had him, and then Murray had
Yeah.
him, and I don't think
Well,
anyone.
I think early on it was Murray. Yeah, well, yeah.
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 Murray definitely got the most of it. I think he got.
And then
he
they
got
had Divas on him and Dukas.
That's especially throwing Murray on him, which I think he did most of Cotton. Yeah, Dukas and
Yep.
Divas were there as well, and a little bit of Jalen at the end. But yeah, that's such a tough ask of a rookie to be able to try and stop someone like Cotton.
Just regarding Dukas and Tracy, you were talking before how you want Jalen to just follow his instinct and take shots and that. I did notice at least a couple of times today, Dukas is just standing there in the corner. He could catch a cold with all that space there.
Yeah.
And Jalen's the point guard, so we trust him to make the right decision. But I really hope that Dukas, like, it's not a missed opportunity as far as like, because there's times when you can see Dukas move. He's like, oh, well, nothing's happening in the corner. I'm going to cut through the paint or roll through to the other side, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully their chemistry just continues to grow more games together.
And this is a really interesting, I'm just looking at the plus minus. Tane Murray was a 0 in his plus minus in 22 minutes. So it's pretty good. And I think this is the first ever Tyrell Harrison was a -3.
Yeah. He was there. He had some moments defensively with the way he was playing Cotton. He was dropping too deep.
Yep.
And it left Cotton get to where he needed to get to make his shots. Whereas I think, and they even commented on it during the game, Tui was playing that game a little bit better than what Tyrell was, is that he was getting up closer to Cotton and forcing him to pass that ball when they were in those plays. So yeah, I think it was that in particular on the defense. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Smith, Milner and Dukas who were a 2. Everyone else was in the negative.
Yeah.
The plus minus.
Yeah. I kind of want to see Dukas take more shots as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought
they had threats we've got. We've never had so many shots.
He had 16 points today. Was it 16? Yeah, 16 points.
Yeah.
Of 5 of 11 shooting.
And quite a few of those were 3-point shots.
Yeah,
so
3 of 7
attempts. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of 7. Our best 3-point shooter at 42%.
3 of 7 is pretty serviceable.
Yeah. Almost 43%. That's kind of what you expect from him. So him getting more, especially when he's starting at the moment, I think he needs to be taking more, especially if the others aren't shooting well from that area.
Yep. That being said, someone needs to get him the ball.
Yes. Yeah, true. That 100%.
Yep. And our opposition don't know him that well yet, so they won't be putting hard covers on him yet. So now's the time. Let him shoot while he can until they figure out how good he is. Yeah, I felt like in that game, Adelaide just ground us down and we were going through the motions. And again, we did not stamp our presence on the game. We didn't put our identity into the game. I felt like we were just cruising along and trying to catch up like most of the game. Smith, Milner and Harrison on the floor at the same time. I loved it. I didn't like the last 4 minutes of the game, last 4.5 minutes of the game. I was just like, what is going on? I didn't like so many things that happened. So Harrison goes off with 4.5 minutes to go. And it was like, we're like 8 or 10 points down. We've got 4.5 minutes. This is time to push. Like, I get you might want to give him a rest. Do you want to rest him or do you want to win the game? Because that's the moment to push.
The answer, Tracy, is load management. But your answer to that is screw that. Do you want to win or not?
Do you want to win or not?
Yeah.
At that point, at 4.5 minutes to go, give him 30 seconds. He was off for a minute. But when he comes back on, there's 3.5 minutes to go in the game and it's 10 points. And so it's a stretch for 3.5 minutes. Yes, it's doable, but it's easier at 4.5 to make that push. You could have made that run in that time. You could have brought Smith Milner out and put him on and made a real push. We could have gone to full court defense. We could have laid some traps in there. We could have done so many things, but our defense was like, oh, we'll just let Adelaide take the full 24 seconds. They'll take 15 seconds to slowly dribble it up the floor and we'll just stand waiting for them. I was like, what are you doing? And then they did run a press and they got a turnover. And I'm like, do it again. They didn't do it again.
Do it for 4 quarters, guys.
Do it again.
Yeah.
This is the end of the game. And they just, nothing in what they did told me they wanted to win. No intensity, no traps, no full court defense, nothing. A minute and 40 seconds to go, they decided to finally put the trap at a minute and 40 seconds to go. They decided. And I was like, what on earth is going on? And then the next time we scored, they just went back to their normal defense.
Yeah.
I was like, what on earth? There was no aggression.
I also thought we rushed a few of our shots. I know we needed quick buckets, but they took rushed 3-point shots that no need to hit
Very
the
much
3,
so.
get in, get your 2, and then get down, play your defense, get the ball back, get a stop, get the ball back, get down.
I think Casey
Another 2
Prather
points.
that was a couple of shots he took. Where
part of it to
Lamar
me,
better organising.
part of it to me said they were tired, and that's what those shots were. It was tired, which isn't an excuse because they should know
Not in
better.
professional sport. It's not.
No, they should know. They should know better that no, we need to keep going and going. They just looked like some weary legs out there right towards the end there, and maybe that was having that effect on them, why they didn't push quite as hard as they should be pushing.
But again,
it's a
no
shame.
timeout for telling them to trap. It's not like they were trying a full court defense and it didn't work, or trying a few presses and traps and it didn't work. They did it once.
Yeah.
With a minute and 40 seconds to go. I was like, wow. So I'm calling coaches on that one. I'm calling coaches. There were no timeouts at the right time. There was no intensity brought in. There was and then they called it in the last 2 seconds or 10 seconds, whatever it was to go. They called a timeout then and did a big play. And I was like, oh, it's a bit late. It is a bit late. So I really want to see some better coaching choices down that stretch. But it wasn't a terrible loss. It amazes me that it wasn't a terrible loss. 7 points. And we were in it for most of it. And there were really good parts. We just need to string them together. So I'm amazed that we only lost by that. It felt like a 20-point blowout in those last 4 minutes. I was just like, what on earth is going on?
Yeah, I think we've had moments in both losses where we just look dangerous on both ends of the floor. They've shown that they can get back into games when they need to. It's just frustrating that they're not playing like that for a full game. We need to see it for a full game instead of in patches.
And who's responsible for that? Is that coaches stopping at, because when I look at it, because sometimes it's like, oh, players, you just didn't do it. Like in that preseason game, I was like, that was just terrible. None of you actually showed up. But in this one, I actually think it was coaching decisions. The timeouts weren't at the time where I'm like, this is a timeout moment. You need to rally the troops here, get them in there, run them an offense, like do something. So in this game, I actually felt like it was a coaching deficit that was the problem.
Yeah, maybe call that timeout earlier, like you said, give them that little bit of rest so that they then can start pushing. Maybe they don't make those poor shots then. So maybe we
and
can
tell them to push.
Yeah.
Give them the defense that they need to play. Give them the sets. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and on this one, and then as soon as we score, we're going to run a trap, and then on the next one. It's like there should have been a plan there as to what to do, and I saw no plan, and it was really disappointing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not saying Stu Lash is the problem, because I watched Adelaide, and at one point Tyrell came back on, and oh God, help me, Isaac Humphries. Got it. Isaac Humphries was not on, and the assistant coach come up and spoke to Mike Wells and went, you need a sub pair.
Yeah.
Get Humphries back on.
I saw that
this
one
is a
as
whole
well.
team thing. I'm not beating up on Stu Lash here. I'm beating up on all 4 coaches right now. Everyone's got jobs to do, and I think everyone was asleep.
The assistants at Adelaide are pointing out to Mike Wells what they need to
So
be
when I
doing.
say coaching decisions aren't great, I mean all of the coaches. I'm not here to bash Stu.
Coaching staff.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, everyone dropped the ball on that game, I felt. That's my 2 cents worth anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy. I've got nothing else to add. I think we've covered that pretty well.
Yeah. Well, we've got another game. Good thing is we're at the start of the season, and so we get to do it again. And our next one is at home, Brisbane fans. Let's do this. So first home game of the season, Saturday, 4th of October at family-friendly time of 8 p.m, as long as you've got 18-year-old kids. So we're back. We're back at home and we are playing the JackJumpers. I'm just going to say one thing. Like I said at the start, the two teams, like every other team in the league, I feel like everyone's finding their way, except for these two teams that are Melbourne United and the JackJumpers. So that's what I'm going to say about that, is we are in for a difficult night. If we come and play like that, we are going to go home unhappy.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited. It's been rough having to watch these away games. My dogs really do not appreciate me yelling at the TV. So at least with home games, I've got other people yelling alongside me, and I don't look like a crazy person or sound like a crazy person when I'm doing that. Yeah, like you said, JJs are going to be so tough. They've looked good. They've managed, 2 away wins now. Roth just has them in the right spot where they need to be defensively.
Within Perth.
Yeah. And then, we're going to have to really look after the ball. Those passes we were talking about earlier, they're going to have to tidy that up quite a bit. And I think we need to be aggressive on offense. Like I was saying before, with Adams attacking that rim, getting in early, trying to get Tyrell going or opening up shots for the others. So we need to get that going early, and just Tyrell against Magnay. Who doesn't love those kind of matchups? So hopefully we'll have JFL back. I'm not so hopeful on Smack. I kind of feel like that's going to be a few games at the very least.
Really?
But I just a sense the way things have been going for us. It's a bit of that negativity there. But I think JFL, I think that was more of just a little tweak. So hopefully he'll be back.
Right.
How about you, Scott?
No, I think we've all got, like, they're a well-coached team, the JackJumpers. Scott Roth, he says so, and he said, "Oh, load that up on my computer."
He's so done with
Reporters
the
asking dumb
NBL.
questions.
Yeah, he's just like, I know the commentators had a go at him. Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
answer the
he's good
question.
about
There's
it.
no
Like, I
need to be like that. And it's like, well, ask better questions.
Yeah.
reframe the question.
Yeah.
We know they like to start, like the media like to start rubbish. We saw
Yeah.
it this week. We saw it this week on Overtime with JFL.
Yeah, driving up engagement.
The rumors about
Oh,
JFL.
to be fair, that I think that was that Felix. He just sort of mentioned it as a, but then Peter Hooley, he chimes in with, "Oh, look,
Yeah.
they knew about it."
Yeah.
And then our mate Josh Higgins
Jumped on it as well.
in
Yeah.
the
Well, Josh
socials.
Higgins did an interview with Felix, and Felix said, there's not enough drama in the NBL. We need more stories. We need more stuff to talk about, because the
That was
drama
the
is what
pod.
sells the league. Yeah, that was in
That was
a
a while
podcast.
back, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so I've always remembered that when Felix comes up with this stuff, I'm like, here's your drama, Felix. You just needed something to talk about. So he'll take it and he'll just cause a bit of controversy about it,
Yeah.
and he'll give it a snippet for the media, for everyone to run with. So he is just doing his job in that way. But yeah, so
Just going back
can
to
we
the
win this game?
JJs, if we fix the issues that we've had in the last couple of games with various issues like turning the ball over, being chief among them. Like, they have David Johnson who's out, but they seem to cover well with that. Like, they accounted for the Illawarra Hawks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's doable. I think we can, like I said, if we fix up a few of those things, even if they're not 100% perfect, if they can fix them up, get them to sort of 80%, I think we're in with a good chance. I really hope our shooting turns around. I hope they get out onto that court over the next 5-6
shooting
days.
and if the passing can be cleaner and not turn the ball over, that would help.
Yeah.
So you don't go back in transition going, okay, we need to stop here because that was a really bad pass in the last possession.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think for me, I don't know if we will win or lose This one, I can't say, yes, we've got this, because I am a little bit worried about how good the JackJumpers are this season. It depends who
legit.
shows up to play. Who shows up to play? If Jalen Adams shows up to play and he's like, bugger it, I'm just going to shoot and drive and be myself, then I think we're in a really good chance. And also, what I've learnt from this season is that we have the ability to be there at the end of the game. And so we need to tidy up our last 5 minutes.
Yep.
And that's what I'm asking for. It's like
Yeah.
we kind of hang in there no matter what. But then at the end, we're not able to make that last push. And so I'm like, let's just hang in there and then get ready to make that last push. Because if we're at the end, it's 50-50. Let's go for it. So I'm just calling for them to hang in there till the end and then put the accelerator on. Don't take it off.
But get in the lead and then hang on to the lead.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice? That would be nice too. That doesn't seem quite as a reality for me at this stage, but I'm like, if we're in it, I just want us to be in it.
Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful. Anything else before we go, gents?
No, I'm good.
I'm all good. I think I've said everything I can say.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of Bullets Nation. And we look forward to maybe even seeing you at the game. I will be in the members bar, hopefully, before the game. So I haven't been there yet. And follow us on socials. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for following this podcast. And we'll see you on the next episode.
From the river city under bright skies, where the hustle and heart always rise. One team, one voice, we're giving our all. Feel the rush, hear the crowd, Bullets Nation. We're strong and loud. From the river city under bright skies, where the hustle and heart always rise. One team, one voice, we're giving our all. Feel the rush, hear the crowd, Bullets Nation. We're strong and we're strong and loud. Bullets Nation, we're strong and loud.